Let's talk a little bit about classification of equations. It is useful to classify equations as solutions are typically presented category by category. We begin with the simplest case, the case when we have one equation and one variable that we name x. In addition to the variable, we may have other symbols representing constants. We say that a mathematical expression is a linear expression or a linear expression in the x variable if it can be written as a plus b times x, where a and b are constants. So for example, 4 minus 2x, b times x, a plus 3x, and minus 5 are linear expressions, while x squared is not. We say that an equation is a linear equation if both the left-hand side and the right-hand side are linear expressions. Such equations are always very simple to solve. Next, we say that a mathematical expression is a quadratic expression or a quadratic expression in the x variable if it can be written as a times x squared plus b times x plus c. We say that an equation is a quadratic equation if both the left-hand side and the right-hand side are quadratic expressions. Such equations can always be written as ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and they can always be solved, although they require a little bit more work than the linear equations. The expression x squared plus px plus q, where we have only one x squared term, is typically called a reduced quadratic expression, and the equation is called a reduced quadratic equation. We say that an equation is nonlinear if either side is a nonlinear expression. Next, we have systems of equations with one or several variables. If we have two variables, x and y, then the expression a plus bx plus cy is called a linear expression or a linear expression in all the variables. A, b, and c are constants. An equation or a system of equations is then linear if all sides of all equations are linear expressions. Finally, the terminology equivalent equations and equivalent systems of equations. We say that two equations are equivalent if they have exactly the same solution or solutions. For example, the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to 5 has only one solution, x is equal to 4. The same is true for the equation 2x is equal to 4. And we say that these two equations are equivalent.